This is Black CHIT-CHAT UG. Black CHIT-CHAT, 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 CHIT-CHAT. Black CHIT-CHAT UG.
Hey guys, welcome back to our channel, and today we have another topic to talk about. Today we are going to discuss about how the 42 days of lockdown have affected people in Uganda. This is our country, and my name's Akasozi Patience on every social media account you want to look for, and I have my colleagues here that are going to introduce themselves before we start.
Kyle Jovans Kawes, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, mobile money as usual.
Yeah, my name is Carl King UG.
Black.
Carl King UG.
Black.
And we are on the official channel
For another chat with you guys, and I hope you enjoy what we have for you. So, you know, we've had lockdown, We had that first lockdown. It treated all of us in its own way. Some of us twagenda okuvayo nga things tetuchetegeera. But then things happened, lockdown was lifted, but so we lived life normally for a few days, and before
It
we
was
knew
not
it,
normal.
yes, it wasn't normal, but it was
Bars were
okay.
not open.
I literally
It was
ran
okay.
mad.
Bars were
Literally ran mad.
Bars were
You're
not
fine
open.
right now.
I don't know.
You don't know what happened.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, it happened. I hope we'll have subtitles for the Luganda, but things happened. It happened. It knocked everyone down. Every country. We had the superpower countries also suffering. So imagine a small country like ours. Okay, it's kind of big for us, but it's a low developed country. So we faced lots of challenges when it hit. So once it was lifted for after very, very, very many months, and we started to think life was coming back to normal, and then we were locked down again for 42 days. So we want to talk about how that affected so many people, the youth, you know, the vulnerable poor, even the rich, you know, the people who are okay, financially stable, mentally stable. We have also those that were spiritually stable.
I know.
So, what do you guys think?
Mzee mkuu,
Before
you
we
start.
actually talk about how it affected you.
Let's start with what how it affected us. Number
You,
one,
you.
I'm a businessman. I sell car spares in Chiseka, and they locked us without any notification.
Yeah.
It was so abrupt. You couldn't get anything from your shop. That let me go and sell from home. I send this border guy to be delivering the spares. Wah! You can't access the arcade. You can't enter the shop to pick your
Arcades were
spares.
locked down.
You have to actually pay rent for that time when you have not been working.
True.
So really,
Which is not fair.
it's not fair. Second of all, we never got enough time to organize ourselves. There's a way we were not organized at all.
Yeah.
You lock down the cars. You don't even get time to buy a bicycle or boda to transport yourself in this lockdown. Yeah? So, no transportation. You had to literally walk to wherever you wanted to go,
Yeah.
which is difficult because people in their private vehicles can't move. If you're in your vehicle, they should have left people in their cars.
The vehicle.
Yes. Everyone in a private vehicle to move. Because
So they spread the disease.
they still moved. People still walked.
A few
No.
big-headed
No.
ones.
A lot of people. moved.
I passed through town and people were literally there.
I'm basing on normal statistics. If you're talking about normal statistics, there weren't very many. There were, you could see the cars are on the roads, but if we were to term it in a total population of the entire country, there were few.
That is
Within
true.
Kampala.
But what I'm
actually,
trying to tell you is I went to town and people were actually there. So which
Yeah,
means
because people didn't have a way to go about life. People were confused. What do we do? We have people nga bo emere yawe bafuna ya lunaku.
ya lunaku.
Like imagine someone is a vendor. You're going outside selling nuts or cassava and you're earning for your daily meal. So that was tough.
And accommodation.
So when the president addressed the nation and he said, I'm putting you on lockdown for 42 days, that meant you're not working, you're not going to eat for 42 days. So people decided to walk to their work stations, working areas, to see, to try. You never know. People in our country have this thing, it happens, naye tubana emitwe minene sometimes. Sometimes it's not voluntarily tubana emitwe minene, but we have to survive. I mean,
But Ugandans,
what do you do?
But they're not feeding them.
I know, but
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't get Nabanja
So they
money.
had to go and look
Auntie,
for ways.
there was a certain criteria they were following for you to get the kamane. Personally, I got Nenzidia. Once you have the national ID, it tallies with the one, like we
Your
registered the lines.
Yes.
So
Yes.
once the NIN
You
number
registered,
tallies with the one that you used to register, then you get the kamane.
No,
Simple.
the name on the national ID had to be the same name the line is in.
Yeah.
Anti chenkugamba nti bino talinga national ID eri gye wawandisa
Yeah, they have to
ne
be
line
the
yo
same.
with the
And on
with
that
the
Yeah,
one
do
issue,
you know that the
because
most
it
valuable-
was the responsibilities of our local leaders, bano ba chairman, ba LOC want to come and just, those people didn't reach on to every home.
Actually there are scenarios
there are
whereby
people who did
chairman
not get
yatwalayo
that money.
empapula nga zize
Aha.
ng'ataddeko baana be.
His family members,
taken.
okitegera
Nati obuzibu bwe bwava.
they are catering
Okay,
for their own
okay.
stomachs.
Chairman, they might have done that, but number one, they didn't even tell the people that they are supposed to register. People just thought Nabanja is in school to arrive on your phone. I was also shocked when the chairman checked into our place and asked, "Are you guys going to register?"
So,
And
guys,
they asked you which job you do. People would be like,
I'm a DJ.
"I'm a DJ." Call a arcade.
businessman.
DJs have not worked
But
ever
then
since
the
last
funny
year.
part of it, Mosei was like, who are these DJs now? I saw like a certain meme.
So he
nga
does
DJ
not
Roger is.
understand.
United States.
Yes. They're running their business, but DJ tubamanyi we bali. Nne mzee na heta chimanyi nti nabo gye bali. So generally, there are a lot of people who are affected, but the worst part of it, this issue of giving out money to these funny promoters and what, yet teachers are very
So the useful people in our country that are helping
they haven't-
uplift the country.
Actually, they haven't gained.
They
Most
have
of the
not
teachers,
gained, and the
'cause
people,
so far,
promoters, musicians, they're getting free money.
like students have taken long without going back to school. What about you take?
Yes.
Literally from baby class paka ku university.
Actually,
Abachifunyemo-
even last year, they were actually they opened new for 2 months. They closed.
Then they close.
So which meant teachers didn't get last year. If they worked for only 2 months.
Actually, I even wonder where
Yeah.
parents get the
They
money
paid.
to
They
pay for
paid.
tuition.
Parents paid for tuition, and then they locked us.
When they opened, they had to repay tuition.
Exactly.
Of course, my dear.
Even right
So-
now, senior fives and senior sixes have already paid,
Yes.
I have a
and they have
sister.
been locked.
Because we all have younger siblings, and obviously they had to pay
So it's-
tuition again.
It's affecting everyone.
There's
Yes.
this funny scenario. I know someone. Apparently she's in Form 5. So they paid tuition. But now I'm tuition.
Yeah.
What school fees?
School fees, it's all the same.
School fees.
Just the
So
time change.
they paid fees. It was like 1.7 something. Bakatuukayo ne basomayo weekend ne bakomawo ewaka. Essomero sijja dyogera ne bakomawo ewaka. Tubaddewo batusibye gayaguddewo bazzeeyo basomyeyo omwezi gumu nga balina okusasula. Jjukira bayingidde ba senior 5. Somero pya mulimu abaze somero pya na biki yasasudde 1.7 baze bamusasuza 1.2 baze mbatugadde babaguddeyo wiiki 2 babasabye enkaaga azemu atugadde kati bagenda basaba endala sure win balina basaba endala
because they also, when schools open, these schools start to stock food, scholastic materials, so they are spending money too. So you can't blame them.
It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money they are taking from parents.
It's private schools.
Do you know that
it's not government schools.
Listen,
This
those
is what
schools,
I'm trying to
wait,
say.
wait, those schools, they buy their things, yes, but as soon as Musei closes like this, they get that same all those materials.
And they take them back.
They take them to town. NASA, go babitika maduka, babisubuza.
Yeah, it's
Because
Buunga nga babwerira.
for so,
Ochegire.
for survival, all they donated.
But administrator abamasomero ago, if they had some, sorry to say naye kale mbadde nena kireetanga kinene naye if they are quite lenient, what they would do to purchase goods eziri perishable ng'abaana bamaze nga situation emaze eterera. It makes no sense for me to purchase something like a ton of maize flour. Okitegeera ng'abaana tebannajja bajja wiiki emu gaya abaggale kiba kitegeeza obungu obwo mba nina buzayo mu llo oba kitegeera if they arrive you be like you study the situation nolaba guy atutambuza ati n'ogulayo mpola kuba sincerely speaking
But the situation
nze nsaasira abazadde
for schools
abakyasasula tuition ne fees kuba banayo ate bakyaziwayo nnyo ate nga tebalina kyabakola.
But you can't also blame the schools because it's unpredictable. No one knew they were going to lock us down for 42 days again.
Mosei knew.
Yeah, he knew.
Mosei, you knew?
But did all of us know? But going back to our point, we've also had people that have accumulated debts during these 42 days. So you had a debt already before they locked you down, and you know people had debts from the previous lockdown and they were trying to build life back and pay off all those debts, and then you sit back because usually people get other debts to fill up these other debts. So if people have found themselves in this situation, their debts have accumulated.
I know.
And jukira asula mu nyumba, they parent.
You have to parent.
You have to parent in lockdown.
The bank is you have loans to pay at the bank. We've also had a very high increase in domestic violence, especially in our domestic homes. So we have these, we have polygamous families. We also have the three only children, father, mother, children. They are the.
That's a what? Monogamous.
Not the. Oh my God! A nuclear family. But anyway, but we have
the nuclear families and the polygamous families. So there has been a very, very high increase, in domestic violence in those families. So we have seen very many men torturing their wives, but we have also seen wives doing the same to their.
But Chiga women beating men from the house. I've been seeing this. A lot of people are not used to being with their partners for a lot of time, and lockdown has made people. You have to be with your wife at least.
It has forced you to stay together in one place
for a very long time, which has caused a lot of havoc.
So in times where there was less communication, the man came from work at night or in the evening, and you only communicated for a few hours because in the morning he was going to wake up and just go by his day. The woman, you're going to also go by your day or stay home, cook and take care of the kids. So now you're forced to look at each other every single minute, second, hour, and each time.
With these annoying kids,
yes, with the loud, very, very
chill
loud
kids. Abakazi batelo kuyiyanga when the husband is not around and there's something missing on the supper
table.
She'll go and use her kaseti kechikazi and go and buy those things.
Contribute to the household.
But when you're both staying home, baby,
sweetie,
there's no sugar, there's no soap.
Especially if the
even
breadwinner in the family is only the man and the woman wasn't working at all. So she hasn't earned anything, she doesn't have any savings. So you're going to find that this is putting so much pressure on the man. He's going to get agitated, angry, and ends up hitting the wife. So the wife is also going to get defensive, then that they're going to beat each other up, and then
the
rest is
domestic
violence all the way.
Living families, neighbors, kumizigo people are fighting.
There's a lot of
Lugambo is because everyone is at home.
They're trying to entertain
you
themselves.
guys have to interact with your neighbors by force if you stay on Kumuzigo. So
you can stay in your home and sleep.
But you have to come out.
It's not
trouble comes
since your body
wafumbi bijanjalo wonga nenfumbe nyama.
Osegira.
Kawonga kajja.
Enugunga nyingi. Osegira. So that has also caused a lot of havoc in this period. Number 3, there's a lot of corruption. Police has been taking advantage of every situation to get money on the roads.
Yeah.
I don't have a driving permit for a border. But
why?
I don't have it.
So they had a right to get you.
They have a right to
course.
get me, yes, yes. But
Because
when
they
you
are
get
different
me,
vehicles.
you make sure.
Our viewers out there, do not ride or drive without a permit.
No, when you get someone who doesn't have a permit, mukube chipapula, agende mu bank akolechi,
Yes.
asasule. But as soon as he catches you like this, like you get ngo Muganda, you give him 20k.
But then also this takes us back to the overall ruler. That's our president, because he gave these people a go ahead.
He doesn't control their actions.
No, because yes, he can't control their actions like any other president. You can't control everyone.
You can't
Do you
control
know-
everything.
When he addressed, didn't he say, if you find these people in bars or if they're driving or riding at times they are not supposed to, punish them according to your ways?
I know.
So he gave them a go ahead. If
Kwakati,
you're to get
there's-
money out of them, squeeze it out of them, then they will learn their lesson. So
There's also this scenario where agambira nti once they make you halt the vehicle, basobola okukuba amasasi. Okitegeera?
yes.
Because he was like, you shoot. If you tell him to stop and he doesn't, shoot.
So we can also put the blame on our
Anyway,
That is
president.
true. But what I'm trying to say is, corruption yeyongedde nnyo that this period,
Yes, it has.
for this last week, I've been on the road for this last week before he opened, and policemen have been looking for every opportunity because motoka bagera zita finally. So this daily income of kakadde kamu that was coming from grabbing people
Yeah,
is
so-
no longer going to be there. I had all the necessary paperwork for me to drive the car.
So even a small offense
He
was
just-
gravely punished.
It was not a small offense. He just looked for a way to twist it, and he wanted money.
So in simple terms, abasirikale nabo baali babbi nga bwe mbadde ngenda okwogera nti ababbi batuyisiza bubi.
Yes, they have been bade bavudde ku mulamwa nga
You can
kati
categorize them there.
and right now they can no longer stop people. And yet last week it has been so rampant that they have been
So I don't
Bade
know
bakizisa.
where they're going to.
omuntu abadde ne paperwork nga naye baagala bamunyige.
Why are you on the road?
Yes,
Why are you
we had a paper
You're
that allowed
driving.
us to drive three people in the car.
Yes.
Yeah? And this guy stops us, and we are 3 people in the car. And I'm telling him, cool, Papa, but they allow 3 people in the car. So what is the problem? And this guy is saying, which 3 people? And I'm trying to explain to him, there are 3 people that are supposed to be
So
in the
he's
car.
turning a blind eye to even follow the accurate law.
That
so
is showing on the paper
deciding
to
to
take it-
manipulate
you to give him money.
Yes.
So,
Which is not right.
Which was not right. So for that, the corruption chabadde kyamaanyi nnyo.
Then ababbi, there are a lot of thieves around.
The crime rate has increased
Yeah.
highly because people are suffering. So
They are
we
they-
found these people that the daily income earners, they are using other methods. So homes are being, attacked in the night.
That aside,
So people are.
Omuntu-
The theft is increasing. Obusimu babunyakula like
Ate
everyone.
last time
owulira,
I lost my phone.
Omuntu wa wansi atuse, when someone is not a thief, but they have been pushed to the wall.
Yeah.
He has to pay rent, he has to eat, he has a family to feed, oba omwana ali mu ddwaliro, and he has to what? Get the money.
Somehow.
Generally, Uganda tulina okwetereza. The reason
Yes.
being, if we don't leave this thing of okukolera emmere ya leero, we are doomed.
People need to learn to save.
Something like 60% of Ugandans
Yes.
bakolera emmere ya
70%.
Kati you find yourself nga the essential workers be bali like out of the other 40 by essential
kati-
era still balinga 20% of the people and,
yeah.
and ku 20
Auntie,
nga like
that's
5% of them be bali able okutambula nti kuba nabo mwalimu criteria ez'okubeera nti company enokubeera nga registered and what. So man, the whole thing was
I think
overwhelming.
for that whole thing to change, we have to change the entire system in the country, starting with employment, the education, and everything. Because job creation has to be the biggest thing in the country. Okukendeza those daily income earners. Abanonye emmere ey'okulya
Ate
ey'obulamu.
kisinga okuleeta ekyo, these white collar jobs pay at the end of the month and sente zigenda mu bank. So kirina engeri gye kikuwaliriza okukola ki? Okusevinga. Ojjayo oyinza okugyayo 10, if you're getting 500 oyinza okugyayo 10 oba 2 oba 3 n'olekayo 2 because baziteeka ku bank ojjayo bujja n'olekayo. It helps you save.
Jukira 42 tubadde tetukola nanti.
Kituufu.
Kale fe abamu tubadde tukola.
kituufu.
Mulimu badde batakola.
It helps.
Tebaabulidde buseevi.
Neda. Kyegamba nti savings ozigiramu okuyamba. Otegera. Naye kati bano abantu bano bakolerera olunaku. half the people that work for the day, for example, or border. What border zafuna za kola ki zalia teka mafuta kola ki a highest percentage of the border riders don't have what bank accounts.
Yeah.
Atedeka waka
they have winners, they call them
but and sijui peosa sijui what. So they also save to some point.
Yes, they do save. We also have an issue with Medicare, because now the cost of getting treated in hospitals, be it private and government, because now even government hospitals are charging a certain kind of fee to get medication or treatment of any kind.
Do you know that before
really
before COVID, if you were put on oxygen, relatively in a private hospital, you'd pay about 1.2 million shillings.
Today you pay how much?
Right now, if you went to a hospital and you're put on oxygen, is it andikirwako in a private hospital? Million isatu kitundu. In a government hospital, even the price is higher. And second is high. And second of all, to actually get that oxygen in a government hospital, to get that medication in a government hospital, do you know what happens? Do you know what happens? In a government hospital, you know kuwenguzi.
Yes.
Abasa nansa ja kugamba nze nfuniramu wokuyamba.
Yeah.
Nena boto banenya mwana kuba sente tebazifunye.
So the cost of getting treatment,
the whole thing over to
high. And people these days are also afraid to go to hospitals because they're afraid to get COVID from hospitals themselves.
Besides that, mulimu okutwala mu ddwaliro. Tolwadde COVID eyo ina birwadde byo kisujja ne bagira bati. Nebakuyiwa mu ba COVID.
Oh yes.
So I rather stay at home.
You stay at home ne wejjajjabire waka. And self-medication is not right, which a lot of people are doing right now. Or
it's inevitable though.
So
in our country today, it's very inevitable because very many people are self-treating themselves at home.
In a family, you find yourself like nga mame waka yafuko musawo we waka. You know it.
Leta chikebe chedagala. AstraZeneca. No chifuna. Osegire. Yes. So anyway.
So yelwaza inaka sujja. Goba kuwerawo eddagala
libawo nga lyo liri.
So yes, so and also today people are turning from the Western kind of treatment to our traditional kind of treatment. So eddagala egganda ddyo ennaku zino likoze nnyo.
Likoze lyafulumye.
Tweteza sedero.
Nze ndabira ddala nga kapita ako. Omusajja yakoze Covidex. Ne Covidex we yafulumira yali ku 13. N'agenda kasanvu n'ayingira kitwalo ali mu 5 n'afulumira ne mu 10 ne 10 bamutunda. Which became very absurd.
So we can see where our country is leading. But anyways, you guys, every one of you has faced a certain situation during these 42 days and even before in the first lockdown. Be the judge. We are in the same country, or even if we are not, regardless of the situation, we have all faced the lockdown and you have faced certain issues. Be free to comment or
just write down what really pressed you.
What exactly has pressed you? Yes.
We want to know what happened.
Share with
on
us
your
too.
side of this thing.
Those were our views as us. As you know.
So please like, subscribe, switch on your notifications. Please comment and tell me actually how you feel. We
love you so much.
God bless you.
Thank you for supporting us.
It's your boy, Carl King UG.
Bye bye.